Yes, sir, yes! Andy Halliday's birthday!
Is it your birthday?
Aye.
Happy birthday.
You look about 40, but what age are you actually?
30.
Are you 30?
Aye.
Got you something?
Oh, here we go.
No, it's not a serious present. For your birthday, mate.
Oh, what a man!
Holy fuck.
There you go.
Tell me.
I thought that
tell
could
me
have
they're
been
not a
it.
strawberry tart. Oh my God.
Strawberry tart,
honestly.
please, boy.
That is sensational.
Wait, Kev, you asked for the yum yum.
What a fucking problem.
I said a few journeys that, innit?
So, 30, mate, huh?
30, aye. Tell you what, woke up this morning and 30 strands of hair on the pillow, by the way, it's not getting easier. I was depressed.
Where did you go, Edinburgh?
Went to Edinburgh, a couple of days. Tell you what, I've never been I don't know about you, but I've never been a massive Edinburgh fan, but I had a right good weekend.
I know, I was saying that to Lynn the other day, but why don't we go to Edinburgh? She's like, that's nightlife shite. And I was like, but the day drinking, I think, is quite good.
Mate,
I like Edinburgh.
Aye, if you're brought up in Glasgow, you're brought up in Edinburgh, you don't really go to the other one.
No.
But gone through, I had a great weekend, mate.
What was the boozers you went to? What's that? Well, have you ever been to Fingers, mate? Piano bar, it stays open late at night. What a place.
Imagine you've only ever been to Edinburgh once.
You in the jet?
Once. No, Scotland 21s years ago, Kenny Miller, Tam McManus.
Oh, that's a
That
shite
sounds
story,
like a good
innit?
that's a shite
That's a
story.
shite story,
Right,
innit?
no, that was
tell
a weekend. So that was listening to Tam McManus for a night. That was tough. But no, that's genuinely the only time. Even I played with Hearts, never ventured into Edinburgh once.
No?
No.
Good weekend, by the way.
But I'm due a wee Sunday club up there.
Well, there you
Partially
go.
a wee Sunday club.
We need
Saxophone lessons. Is that what you got here?
That was it, aye.
Who was it, just you and Robbie or
Just
something?
me and a gaffer, aye. Tell you what, though, he was too good, though. He was embarrassing me for everyone.
Happy birthday on the sax, was it? Julia Isabella.
Tell you
Right,
what,
you know Julia
aye.
Isabella.
Look
Nice,
smart,
that.
stinks of course.
That is cosmic.
I delivered to Julia Isabella the other day.
Oh, did she tell you that?
No, I must
Left
not
a
have been in.
note on the job. Just leave it behind the door. I'm hiding behind it.
Oh,
Nah, what's going on here?
and she gets about 10 packages a
I know.
day. I'm not surprised. Mate, they
Unbelievable.
look
By the way, big news.
horrendous.
After Paul Stein banned pubes on open goal, big man shanked him, didn't you?
I did, mate.
There's a bit you used it with.
Is that the ones to get into the hydro now?
Fucking whipped them off.
That's how you can get in hydro. What have I got? I've got
6 plasters I had to use.
So
That tells a
what
story.
made you whip them off?
I was just looking and thinking it looked a bit jungle-like.
Bob Marley and a thigh lock.
Aye.
This has got to go, innit?
Just
Aye,
looked
it's got
it looked a bit like your forehead there. This wee tadger hanging out the middle of it.
Aye, we lost him again, didn't we? We lost him, so he needs a way back.
He's a way back there. Flat after the hydro.
4 days in Amsterdam.
He's
If any of you sees him in Amsterdam, look after him.
Aye, please do.
I think-
He's hit a right badging after the hydro again, isn't
Do you know why too as well? His dad got replaced as the head of the farting army.
Oh, did he?
John Carver's now in charge.
John Carver.
John Carver.
Talking about the farting army, by the way. What a team of Scotia, aren't they?
Unbelievable. Only team better than them is Grosvenor right now.
Nah,
You want-
not quite at that level yet.
You want-
Grosvenor have got more match winners, haven't they?
Do you want to tell them about the odds?
The odds, by the way, listen, outstanding treble odds again,
Treble
Kev.
odds.
It's ridiculous. Any odds, any bet, any sport. How are they doing it?
I don't know, mate. 3-1, it's just ridiculous.
They go from strength to strength, didn't they? The old
They
goal.
do. They
Mate,
do.
that is unbelievable. Custard croissant for Eusebius Deli.
You say with the
By the way, we need
That
to say
looks
as well,
identical.
another guy that's, mate, he's went, Charlie McGrew.
Hey, what's
What, we
Charlie
lost him
doing?
again? We lost him or not?
He's been greeting in the hydro car park, mate, naked in his motor, just staring at the hydro.
He's right up for another one if we get one, don't we? But
Can't wait.
we all want one.
Stuart was saying he's shouting, the vocabulary was for Neanderthals.
It's just a disgrace. Not coming
Charlie,
back.
Big Charlie was brilliant, wasn't he?
Do you think an opportunities now with the boys, Steve Clark and the boys, maybe taking us to another major tournament? The opportunities are endless for open goal again,
my
aren't they?
God, man. See, last week we obviously had
Yeah.
the chat about Hampden, and people generally think we're fucking got to sell out Hampden, eh?
You never know, mate.
That's
huh?
the way I
of
feel.
course we
And I'm
will.
like, can we not just do like another hydro, but do like a 3-night gig, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
I wonder what the troops want. I wonder what did the troops want.
Let us know what you want.
What, aye, because I had a boy text me about, tweet me about Dubai. And I was saying to him that we were booked up to go to Dubai
Yeah.
last year, but just after the hydro, but it got cancelled because of COVID. And then there was a trip to America as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, America, New York.
We're going
was meant to be
global,
on
mate.
it,
We're going global.
There'll be
innit?
a playoff party somewhere in it.
I tell you, that's got to be one of the best weeks in Scottish football.
One place I'm
Hydro.
refusing to go to is Stranraer.
No,
There's no way I'm going to
mate, no
Stranraer.
chance, no big enough. Hydro on the Sunday, Scotland Saturday night. See, between the two atmospheres, mate. I know, obviously, you left 10 minutes to go, Si.
I know, what am I thinking, mate?
He's left with
I
10
fucking
minutes
hate
to
sitting
go.
in traffic for me, with my two kids in the motorcycle.
And,
For the stinker in here.
Mate, that atmosphere at the end of that game was probably one of the best I think I've ever witnessed in football.
Mate, Alan McCoist, man, he had me on my feels, mate. Honestly, it's getting emotional. He's the best co-commentator on the game, isn't he? Brilliant.
It's just so enthusiastic, passionate, and when he's negative, he's no personal. He just gives his honest take on it. I think that's how every pundit should be. I think that when you're honest, people can respect that a wee bit more.
There's no PC comments, is there? It's just emotion.
Aye.
Strange, the subs just warmed up the full time. Because we were right next to the sub, and I said, "Why are you out all the time?" She says, "Carver keeps falling on the bench."
Stinking up there. Talking about Carver and Newcastle, might get to them later on.
Talking about weekend, that's the first weekend off I've had for ages, you said?
No, well, last month.
Summer, it has into summer, but so you went to Edinburgh, football?
Aye, I went to football Saturday, managed to get finished early. And then phoned a friend in there for a few tickets, managed to get some.
Carver?
Unbelievable.
Carver got you a ticket?
I can't take my kids to an All-Scotland game now because how do you top that atmosphere after Saturday? But it was brilliant. Good family day. Pisano pizza straight afterwards. Few beers.
We name drop there?
Name and drop. Nah, you may as well name drop. Best pizza in Glasgow. Let's not beat about the bush.
No, you've got rid of the bush.
If anybody thinks their pizza's better, you know where I am. Send them in every Monday. Record Factory. I'll try them.
What do you think Tam Court's done? He'd caught a vacation, wouldn't he?
Aye.
What do you think he done? Just watch start accounting down to the end, didn't it?
I think that wine tasting or something.
Wine tasting, definitely.
A vineyard somewhere.
I think he sits at like when he gets finished training, gets home and rushes in the house for 4 o'clock for countdown.
Definitely, mate.
Like nine letters, got 9 letters.
Yeah.
9 letters every time. It's not less than 9.
Tam Court's.
What did you do? What was your weekend?
Friday we went to Edinburgh as well. We just missed you.
I know, I got it.
So you Saturday, Sunday?
Saturday, Sunday. Maybe we get back about 2 hours ago or something.
Wee village hotel, we stay in there. Nice. Good swim in the morning. Back for the Scotland game.
How's the Wayne still born or? Are they getting there?
Wee Craigan's needs to liven up.
Does he?
The youngest. Curly, still got that curly toe, mate. Can't get a kick.
No grow a character yet.
Nah, no personality, mate.
My wife is just saying is how much the Simons boys like chat away. And I was like,
he kids him.
He's giving them a hard time, man.
I chat to my boys.
No, your boys chat to you like when they meet me. They'll say, "All right, Kevin," they'll ask you a question about the football or chat.
Sociable young men.
Very, very sociable. I wish my kids were like that.
How's yours not like that?
Nah, mine goes shy as it. And Harry's all right, but the other two, man, they go pure shy. But Max would talk to yours half a donkey, but he's obviously older. But your two boys are well sociable.
That's because the Jet does all the talking for that.
My Wayne's not here today.
Who's like?
Aye. You've got.
He's missed, isn't he?
He is, but he's. We wish him an enjoyable experience because we do need.
But we hope he comes back, don't we?
So where is he in Amsterdam?
Amsterdam.
So,
aye. We need a. Obviously, we're doing another hydro. We need an Amsterdam too, didn't we?
Who did he go with? His dad?
No, the winger.
Did he go with the winger?
He
Did
the winger, aye.
Did.
Who's horning
I
out
dropped him off at
there?
the airport. She left her shinnies in a bit. It's fucking stinking the motor for a week.
Unbelievable. Right, most exciting Scotland game you've seen in a while?
Ever. Of all time, mate.
How good? First half was... I was raging first half.
I know, we had a
watching it,
chat at half time, didn't we? We sat and analysed it at half time.
Why did we sit off teams at the start?
It's quite often though with the big games, it's always a game of chess and it's a bit intense.
Intense. It was
But
very
that's
intense.
it. See, growing up, Scotland, right? The game that always stuck out to me was Italy one at Hampden.
When we got cheated, the boy dived, didn't he?
We
for
got
the free
cheated,
kick?
died. Just because the magnitude of the game, the atmosphere of the game, the country when Barry Ferguson scored the equaliser, but that, mate, at the weekend was next level, wasn't it? I don't think if the fans are there in the stadium, I don't think Scotland win that.
No, you're absolutely right. The fans, like, I think we had a right good chance early on with Shea Adams. I think he maybe possibly hit that first time.
Fit turned into a piece of shit, didn't it?
And then they've obviously a great free kick, but we can analyse it all we want. Like, Patterson
Never had a great first half.
never had a great first half, but who did? I would ask that question. But see for Patterson, I think I was talking to someone about it. He's 18 years old. He's not playing regularly every week for Rangers at the minute. He's still learning the game. So that's the negative side of him because he's still got all that to come. But see the good in Patterson. The good is very, very good, and that's what we should be talking about.
He could have shot it second half, but he came out and he kept being brave to the ball.
Simon, I don't mind kids making a mistake at that age because you only the fully fledged finished article at that age. He's young, he's inexperienced, and he'll only gain that with more games he plays. But looking back, he'll say, I should just have kicked out of the park, and it doesn't lead to coming inside and they doesn't get a free kick. But ultimately, second half, he's fucking came out. He's very, very good. There was a lot of negative comments being spun around the stadium, but see when you watch the kid, the guy's going to be there for 10, 15, 20 years to come. He's brilliant. He's very, very good.
How is that Zahavi scoring 36 goals and 38 caps?
Is that what he's got?
Is that what he's got?
His last 38 international caps with 36 goals.
Mate, he's a good player.
Looks like his haircut and Duke Street, doesn't he?
Same place.
He's a good player. He's a good player, but
he just drifts off the front, doesn't he? Nice wee pocket. But
they're actually better than what we probably think.
They're decent, mate. Israel are decent.
Technically got very good football players, and they've got. I still think, right, so it takes Zahavi, I'm talking about even bigger. Scotland right now, I think it's the best Scotland squad
so do I.
for a long, long time, but that's probably the only thing we miss, is just that match winner, somebody that's literally guaranteed you 20 goals in the next 30, 35 caps. To be fair, Lyndon Dykes just scored, is it the last 3 qualifiers he scored now?
I need to say, I thought Jack Henry was very good.
Mate, I thought there was a few, mate, Billy Gilmore.
Gilmore second half. He's that.
I tell you what, I'm saying it's the best Scotland team we've seen in a while. He's not Scottish. He just doesn't play.
I feel like he's like on a trampoline all the time. He's always on his toes, bouncing about, looking to react, and he's just oozes class. Takes the ball in great positions.
So he takes on that
takes on the half turn, feels comfortable, round the corners, keeps it simple. He's able to open up his body. He's looking at the second, third pass before it even gets to him, but all like another one I think sometimes goes a wee bit unsung is probably Kieran Tierney as well. See,
Rolls Royce.
Because he doesn't get involved in the game as much, it's what he does away from it. I just think that he's Andy Robertson, captain's performance.
But see, first half, they two were playing too close to each other. 5 yards higher up the pitch.
The 3 boys in the midfield, McGregor, Gilmore and who's the one? McGinn. First half they weren't doing enough. And then second half, they stepped up the park 5 yards and they got into better positions. And Callum McGregor got more of the ball. Gilmore got more of the ball. McGinn started getting into pockets of space. Then you had Patterson flying up the wing. You had Andy Robertson getting up the wing. And then when they got down the wing, all you wanted was good, decent delivery. And we had that. The only thing that let us down, like Andy said, is if we've got a world-class, we've got good strikers, but a world-class striker, we win that game maybe 4 or 5. But we didn't take our chances, and fair play to Lyndon Dykes, poor penalty in terms, but saying that, poor penalty. If the keeper Dykes left, it goes down the middle, it's a goal.
You want us to just leave here and you can just fucking talk?
No, I'm just it's because young Paul's not here. So
get a chance to speak.
Getting a wee opportunity this week, so I'm going to milk it.
You're an inch of 2 a mile, man.
Lyndon Dykes, great finish for the goal. Getting across any striker in the box, when that ball comes in, take that gamble, get across the first defender, and he got his rewards, but brilliant. And then obviously to steal it at the end, man, what an atmosphere.
I think McGinn's got the best arse in Scottish football.
By far.
John Carver's like that, what a day for
How do you get the ball off him?
How
do you get it off him?
It's impossible, mate. It's actually impossible. But not even take the piss, that's one of his best attributes.
He likes people being close to him, doesn't he?
He wants to sort of shield them off, hold them off and spin and roll. But mate, he's
what about
his goal record under Steve Clark's a joke.
His finish was class.
But that was Andy Robertson's best game for Scotland for me.
Yeah, he was good, wasn't he? Andy Robertson was very good.
He got man of the match at the stadium, and I thought at the time Gilmore for me dictated, because he was making the space to receive the ball that was allowing others to get the space. But I can see why, 2 assists, but we needed to win that. We're now 4 points clear. I think if we beat Faroes on Tuesday or Wednesday, it more or less kind of guarantees us finishing second.
Austria have got Denmark away, so they're fucked. Yeah. So beating Israel there was massive, because I think they've not got like Moldova, Faroes. I think they might actually have.
Going away to Denmark's like going away to Grosvenor, that. You just got no chance.
Impossible. Mate, they're
just gained the 3 points.
26 goals scored and 9 conceded. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Scary, man.
That's what we're probably for.
Is that Scotland's best 11? Maybe Hanley coming in?
Maybe Hanley coming
back. McTominay?
McTominay didn't play well. McTominay needed to stop rolling the fucking ball and the foot on top of the ball.
How he studs.
And then, did you see a couple of times we got some free kicks and he was just like pinging them aimlessly, and I'm thinking, yeah, a bit of purpose. What? No, another thing we've got to talk about the first half.
I'm saying
throw-ins.
I never ever want to see Lyndon Dykes take a throw-in, a centre forward, and then Scott McTominay was hitting corners 6'3".
What is going on?
I saw some McSpier in it. But to be fair, that's his special, isn't it?
That's set pieces, mate.
Flying with Villa.
Mate, somebody wrote set piece specialist. Who? Where?
To be fair,
He's went on a course for that.
To be fair,
imagine that just hitting hundreds of corners and man.
see, to be fair, everyone was talking about his first camp and set piece specialist, and they scored the winner in the last minute for a set piece. He fucking conceded for it.
That's what they did.
I know direct free kicks a bit different, but
If you look at the winner, the set piece winner, every corner that John McGinn took in that second half went far post.
Yeah.
And he probably overcooked him. The first time he didn't overcook a corner, Henry got the flick on and Tommy went round the back. So I just think the first lot of corners were the great deliveries. The final one was a good delivery and had the movement and the touch to get
See,
there.
that team, just get the ball down and play quick.
Surely when you get a long throw in,
Look at
right?
that junior team in the first half,
Simon.
man. Every time the ball went out, somebody just fucking
Even you
Robbie
boys,
Nielsen was getting warmed up for the long throws, wasn't he?
even you boys,
Take a long throws,
He used to kick it off people to take a throw, didn't he, Robin Nielsen?
even you boys at Peterhead, everybody set off a long throw. See the amount of space for somebody just to come short quickly and date to feet and then whip it in. You still got the big guys in the box, but the fact we're doing long throws and we haven't got anybody that can throw the ball long, which is fucking ridiculous.
Again, what I like about the Scotland team is Dykes, same with Patterson, had a bit of a shocker the first half comes. Dykes misses the penalty, it didn't seem like it faced him, did it?
No. And by the way, he takes his goal very well. If that got ruled out, right? So imagine VAR wasn't a thing. Imagine that get ruled out.
I know.
So we talk about getting cheated against Italy. I'm like, we'll get to it. I hate VAR, right? It's not that I don't hate the principle of it. I still think there's a lot of work to be done of how long it takes and whether the referee goes to a monitor or somebody fucking 10,000 miles away makes a final decision. And I still think, no, it needs to be like clear and obvious for a referee to overturn that. I still don't think that should be the thing. If it's a foul, it's a foul. If it's offside, it's offside. It shouldn't be a clear obvious. If it's clear, just make the decision. But if VAR wasn't there and that goal cost us getting to the World Cup.
Well, so what did he blow for a high feet?
High feet?
High feet, but
The boy
boys
was
heads,
fucking 6 inch off the ground, he'd it away.
I think that's
How did you know it
what
was 6 inch? Did you measure it with that?
Aye, I wish, for fuck's sake.
I think the boy kind of dived looking for he made it look as though he
Yeah,
had
he
caught him. And I
kicked.
think that's what helped overrule the decision. But nah, I'm thinking to myself at the time, if Dykes has got across the defender and touched that, surely if the defender was there first, he would have headed it and Dyke would have kicked his head. So great overrule, great decision.
On
I'm
the
glad
second
the
half,
referee.
everyone thinks that Steve Clark put him out early as a motivation line, but supposedly it was good Carver.
Fault the changing was fucking big. Mate, it was Calvert was in that hydro changing him, wasn't it? We were getting a shower.
Oh my God.
John Carver sneaking out late
And
bells.
John Carver was at the Calvary.
But I tell you what, you're talking about like, that's actually I think that is actually a headache because Hanley's got to play.
Yeah.
But who is he coming in for? I still, you know what, I still...
You wouldn't want Grant Hanley to get a headache with that fucking head.
No. But see set pieces, so that was always... That's probably still has been a bit of a weak point of Scotland with cross balls. Denmark game was 2 cross balls, obviously 2 set pieces. Hanley is the one.
Penalty box defender, isn't he?
It's that aerially dominant.
I think he comes in for McTominay because McTominay...
Where'd you put McTominay in?
Well, you'd probably just put him on the bench.
Would you?
Well, I've seen... how do you upset the midfielder now?
The midfield three's hard to change,
It's
isn't it?
hard to change. And the way the Roberts and Tierney thing with the left side, that can't change. Patterson's... That's his position now, unless something happens at the club football and if he doesn't get enough minutes, who knows, or game fitness. So it's hard to change, but McTominay, for me, isn't a natural defender. So whereas, like you said, that goal that Israel scored, the second one, see if Hanley was there, he goes and just heads that, clears it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas McTominay's maybe looking to try and... But it's a difficult one, but it's actually good to have that problem, because we haven't had... that for a long
Christie
time.
coming on as well, a great sub.
Aye, made a big difference.
Some of his touches were
What was it?
joke,
Touch
by
he
the
brought
way.
it the
Didn't know
sky.
well at Bournemouth as
He
well.
brought it the sky, and then Gilmore caught it in the volley and they flicked it round each other.
Yeah.
And then his feet to get the chance for McGinn. Brilliant.
See, I think you're right as well what you're saying about Patterson. So it's like Patterson's probably only played now maybe 30 first team games, and we've never actually seen him have a bad spell within a game. But I think even when he didn't play well, I thought he was, in that first half, second half, what you said, he was really good. He's an outlet on the right hand side that we've had on the left hand side for a while. And O'Donnell, like I said, I think he's took a lot of unfair criticism because defensively,
He's been
Steve
good.
Clark's touched on, they've had clean sheets at Wembley, clean sheets at the Austria game. But Patterson does give you that attacking outlet to the other side. And like you said, you're talking about performances. How many shots was it Scotland ended up with? 18? Clear-cut chances must have been 6 or 7. Must have been. And that's probably something that you've not really associated with this Scotland team, even though they've been successful with just creating chances, big chances. Talk about Che Adams, but Dykes' header, the second half, got to score.
He's got to score.
He's got to head that down.
Go back across. No, would you
Go back across or head it down.
Aye.
Head it down the keeper, because the keeper's coming across like this. You put that down, he can't go for that position down to there.
McGinn's
Oh, yeah, I've seen you go for that.
Just straight down. McGinn's chance in second half should need to score.
Yeah.
So chances created was very, very good.
They're in a good place, Scotland, aren't they?
Unbelievable.
I think they're a better team now than they were when they beat Serbia in the last playoffs.
They're a better team now than they were the team in the Euros.
Yeah.
For me, 100%.
When they play at that level of intensity and that high up the park, and like you see, when they play the three of them, McGregor, McGinn and Gilmore doing what they did, that allows Patterson to get up, it allows Andy Robertson to get up, and when they're up like that, you've got the two guys in the middle, opportunities galore. On the Patterson thing in the first half, I want to go back to that, a lot of times he got caught in possession, but I feel sometimes, had our midfield been a wee bit more open for passes to receive, he maybe wouldn't have got in possession, because sometimes
he was just isolated and he was like going doing that way.
Roughly his head, and there was no opportunity. So but the good thing is that into half time, Steve Clark's addressed the problems that came out second half completely different.
At home at Hampden, though, see when, I know you can't do it all the time against good teams, but see when they press high up the pitch, it just gets the crowd going, doesn't it?
Because one thing is, see if the Scotland team actually presses for the front against these teams, mate, their back five's so athletic. They're all quick.
Exactly.
Jack Henry, even Hanley when he plays, McTominay, Tierney, Robertson, mate, they're all quick.
Yeah.
So 19 out of 10, you're not actually going to get caught in by it.
A big thing about Craigie Gordon, a great save at the right time.
He caught straight for the Q Club, mate.
I know,
That was,
he
was
was,
at the Q Club all weekend.
Odds for the
demonstrating.
chalk. He was chalking his gloves before the game, wasn't he?
So would you go with Gordon over Marshall?
Definitely. Big Craig Gordon's playing every week, and like we talk about him every week because he's putting in performances left, right, and so he can't shift him. You know what I mean? He's playing brilliant.
And this team as well will be miles better for even the experience of the Euros.
Yeah.
So when the big games come, these playoff games will be better for experience alone. Some of them haven't even get that many caps, really. Che Adams, Dykes, Patterson.
Gilmore's not got many.
Gilmore, aye. There's a few of them that don't really have that many caps.
We need to say Gary Mackay-Stevens was up Thursday. He only found out the score through teletext. So
He did, aye.
maybe get the highlights now that he's back down in Glasgow.
Still rough for that big night they had at the cinema.
The Harry Potter night. Boogie song as well after it, Kev. I left early, as I said, fucking schoolboy, but how was it? Amazing. Somebody says you were in tears, is that right?
I know, I honestly.
And you were doing that? You kept doing that or something? Dancing it?
If you hadn't brought it to the attention of the public, the Andy Considine video, just stop getting your fucking head. You take the credit where credit's due. That wouldn't be our national song, and it wouldn't be where, like, it's a whole part of the process.
People have spoken, haven't they?
I heard
Honestly,
they played, I was listening on the radio, they played the Slaney song
Mate, see afterwards, they fucking went free from desire, and I'm just, I'm waiting on a Slaney to come out the tunnel.
And with the scooter?
Aye, but...
With John Carver in the back?
Fucking, they had that boy with the Carmosson McPhee, dragging him out in a dog and chain.
He does look like a golden retriever, doesn't he?
Oh, he does, mate. He's like one of those big sad dogs with the big long legs.
Steve Clark had dog biscuits in his pockets, then he just kept doing that in Austin McPhee. Unreal, right? You said it, VAR. For me, mate, I love it.
Do you?
You get the right decision, innit?
But
do you say we could have went to a World Cup instead of Italy? That Italy game.
But we've still...
Or Euros, whatever it was.
We've still seen plenty of VAR decisions no being... Mbappe, for a start.
No, what
Mbappe's
the fuck was
goal
that
on the
about?
weekend.
So you didn't want it in Scotland, there? Good for the refs, innit? Because they get abused, man.
Right, see even like what I was saying when it did work, right? So we're weighing up pros and cons. It worked with Lyndon Dykes, right? See Lyndon Dykes feeling of scoring that goal and want to run off and celebrate equalising. Yeah. But for 2 minutes he's thinking his goal's chopped off. And then see when VAR then says, no, it is a goal. You can even see with his reaction, his sort of moment's gone a wee bit. It's gone back to kick-off. Like saying Mbappe, it's offside. It goes to VAR, it goes to the camera, it comes back, goal.
Craig Gordon was like, how's that been chalked off?
So, but I still think it's better than what it was last year, obviously being the first season. I still think there's ways to go where it can be compared to like the rugby video.
I prefer
it's too slow. It's far too slow.
I prefer the ref going to make the decision. Like the ref going and looking at the camera.
Instead of them?
Instead of these guys in the ear, because it's his game. He's either made the right or wrong, so he should be the one to go to correct it, no somebody else and some other. Can you imagine some of the 3 scud books that we're going to get? Fucking sitting in a studio somewhere. All right, big. I'm not going to say his name because that would have been too much.
You're going to say Bobby Madden, aren't you?
No, listen, I just got to say something and then just say, what do you think? Aye, that's a penalty. And it's maybe no, because sometimes VAR gets it wrong as well. Like, I mean, they were talking about Mbappe, that's wrong. But the ref going quickly to the decision and just make it, I think that could be better.
Mate, do you know what I never understand, right? And I've probably been guilty of it, we probably all have. See the Israel players' reactions to the penalty. Mate, that boy could have got a 2-year in Berlin for the stint for that tackle.
I know.
And they were all going mental.
What, 2 foot?
Aye.
I think that could be a red card.
Mate, what were they complaining about though for like 10 minutes as if it wasn't a penalty? I know. We were like Gilmore down. I thought it was in the gymnastics. They did about 4 somersaults there.
It was unbelievable.
It's frightening.
But like, I think the reason I think it's a good thing, if you ask any ref, they're for it, innit? So if the refs are for it, then it must be.
It has to come out. In Scotland, we're talking about finance in Scotland and how much it's going to cost. I think it's saying about like £1 to £2 million to reduce it into the top
Slaney's
flight.
giving up his hydro money, innit? To put it
surely in Scottish football we can find £1 to £2 million between 12 clubs.
Not just now, mate. Clubs are toiling, aren't they?
No, but we're talking about 90 grand each or something. Less than that. 8, 12, 96.
Grosvenor will spare it.
85 grand.
Probably spare it.
85 grand. Surely we can sort that out.
But Bobby Maddy, he'll just give decisions so you can look at himself on the camera, won't he?
100%.
He'll just keep, imagine he just kept giving decisions.
No, but they should date with him and introduce it. Us three just sit and make the decisions.
It's mental how he's turned into a poser out of nowhere, isn't it?
Who, Bobby? Asking brands for free clays and all that.
Couple of stints on open goal.
Bobby Madden, I thought he was banned for. I thought he was getting banned for us for talking of no turning up last week.
Shut it.
Well, sure, he was supposed to be doing the hide.
Supposed to be the hide last week.
The runner
And
didn't
the
get.
best bit was the best bit, mate. The music.
Don't say because it might be.
We'll keep it for another time.
Aye, we'll keep it for another time, but he's not obviously coming on. We'll get a different ref.
Mate, that would have been so.
The runner didn't get my beard trimmer, so he went home, didn't he? No, did it.
Did you see the Mbappe decision, kid?
I didn't know. We're talking about it here before.
Mate, he's like, what is it?
So they've obviously said, where I think was an improvement to VAR. When they go to VAR, they've got a broader offside line now, obviously. Yep. So they've done the broader offside line. He's still a wee bit offside, but it's like benefit of the doubt to the attacker. But see, when you actually see it, without the lines, you can see he's offside, can't you? Whereas last year, now it's like they bring the lines.
It was the proper.
Even when you look at it, it still doesn't look offside. He is offside. It was a weird one, wasn't it?
So
Has there been an
strange,
explanation for it or that?
What was the defenders not going off for that?
I don't know. But they probably didn't see
what
we seen, do you know what I mean? I tell you what though, I don't really watch international football, to be honest, if it's no Scotland, but that Belgium,
France.
No, the semi one.
Italy, no.
Who was that
Spain
again?
and Italy. Spain, Italy.
Belgium.
It was Spain, Italy, Belgium, France.
Belgium, France, that was the semi, wasn't it?
2-0 up and they get beat 3-2.
The semi one, what a fucking game that was, mate.
Aye.
Oh my God.
Belgium were 2-0 up and France beat them 3-2.
Mate, it's one of the best international, mate, Benzema.
So was he like that at 2-up?
Mate,
started doing
cruising.
He's getting
Benzema is a joke.
Oh, Benzema's so underrated, mate. I love Benzema. Martinez is getting a.
Aye, he has been in charge of the greatest era of Belgian footballers, and they've won fuck all, and he's made a.
But he has done the Derulo. That'll go down in history. The Derulo. It's better than winning something.
I just don't think they'll look back in that era and think, how did we know?
Because quite a lot of them are quite old.
They're getting older.
Probably like one major talent left.
Could he be the Newcastle manager?
Is that the rumour, right?
Mate, so the people that have taken over Newcastle are 3 times richer than Man City's owners.
No chance.
Swear. That's true, innit?
I mean, Man City's owners or something.
There was like a pie chart. I know you try to eat it, but there was like a pie chart, and 3/4 of the Premier League wealth is Newcastle United now.
I know, but they've got like 34 billion, cheap man say or something. These have got like 340 billion.
Wow.
It's like bonkers money.
Hydro money.
Who have we seen then? Who's signing for Newcastle?
Who would? It needs to be like. I want the boy for goal to actually sign.
Does it feel a bit like Chelsea?
Gravison was in goal, wasn't he? Remember?
Was he?
Gravison was in the left. Remember
it? Was, aye. That's right.
He's big bald nut.
Does it feel a bit like Chelsea when Abramovich took over, Mourinho came in and he went spend? Do you think that's a similar situation on the horizon? But who comes in and starts that? Because obviously
Kevin Keegan.
Mourinho.
Love it if we beat him.
Oh mate, get him. God, I tell you what, though, all the clubs that like you. I'm not saying you're happy to see it, but at least it's a big club. Do you know what I mean? Newcastle are a big club. They've got a big fan base.
Fans have suffered for a while, and they deserve this, man.
Aye, they've had a bad 10, 15 years.
That's your rivals, so Kevin.
No, I'm not really like to talk about them in too much light here. Obviously, I'd love to see them no do well, but in terms of for the Premier League, is it good? Of course it's good. Because it might actually have a team that's not expected to upset the apple cart, and they possibly could come in.
Cam Court's Applegate, love that.
They're going to come in, but then...
His nipples have just went solid, didn't they, with that apple cart?
Just getting yourself an empty chequebook and deciding who you pick. It's not like, as we are a desire to be coaches and managers one day, maybe not me, but you two guys are. How do you stop that? scenario, who comes in and fits in straight away? How long does it take to get a team to gel together?
Because the first few signings will be the harder ones.
Oh, aye. That's like bringing in some of the nuggets that Chelsea brought in at the beginning that fucking disappeared quite quickly.
I remember quite a lot of them.
Remember the boy that played...
Mewtwo and all that. There was loads of them, weren't there? Kesman and that.
Kesma, that's the one I was thinking of.
Man City were the same, it took them a while, wasn't it? Was it Alano or not that they signed?
Was it Joe?
Sean Wright Phillips, Joe, that's right. Joe, Brazilian.
Because Mark Hughes was the kind of...
Robinho, that's right.
He was the kind of, what do you call it?
Never kicked his arse, Robinho.
The dummy act to take the first steps. So who's going to be... It's not a case of...
It'll be funny when Mbappe comes in and plays in front of Paul Dummett, won't it? That'd be brilliant.
Who's this fucking dummy?
I would have called the two brothers, the ones at Aberdeen.
Longstaff, He may as well pack his bag there.
He's fucking, he may as well just speak to Scott Brown and Stephen Glass and say, like, just sign me parent, there's no point in me going back there.
If Brucey does go, he wants to be...
Brucey's gone, isn't he?
Close to his loved ones, didn't he? So he's going to go on Toby Carvery.
But it'd be so much better if he stays though, wouldn't it? Imagine you got all these world-class players with just Steve Bruce still there.
But he's like that with the fart jar when you sign.
Oh, mate. You get some intercontinental farts in that jar.
We might get him on the podcast soon then, eh?
Do you think we could?
Brucey, I would love Brucey on. But I think if they're going to go and get somebody, Conte,
he'd be the first one.
I would go and get
Conte. To start
Conte.
the wheels going.
Do you think he would?
I don't know, do you think he would take that?
Well, I mean, if they've got as much money as you're saying, then probably. He's going to get an open checkbook, isn't he? He's going to get fortunes to go.
Well, you still
Loves
get
the Premier
people
League.
want to go and live in Newcastle. Like,
Newcastle's alright, isn't it?
I know, but
Newcastle, alright. That was the problem.
London,
like, when we played, like when we were at Sunderland, the big problem with getting big names there was the North East, because when you're playing in Manchester, London, some of these foreign players could jump onto a plane and away they go back to their homeland for maybe the weekend or something after the game, get the Monday off. That was the attraction, because there was so many flights. Whereas in Newcastle, the airport's not the biggest, but now in terms of finance, they'll be able to get the players because the owners will probably put on a private jet. There you go, you can fly away. But Newcastle's not the worst place to be.
No, see, you go out there during the day. It's the only place you go in during the day and the strippers just stripping, mate. I've never seen anything like that, mate, just in a bar.
The only time their clothes actually in the club. Outside they're fucked.
But no, it'd be interesting to see who actually is the manager and who they sign.
Mourinho.
I should get a
Mark
role.
Carver's got to get a role, isn't he?
He has to.
Carver's got to be
Stevie
involved.
G's obviously in the talking, but
I don't think they'll go for Gerrard. I think they'll go for a proven in the Premier League.
I think he would.
Who in the market or who in football is renowned for building straight away?
Terry Venables.
No, big Terry's done.
Building straight
Ron
away.
Atkinson.
No, somebody that's come in and had money and spent well and got a team going quite quickly. Is there somebody there that can... I know Mourinho did it at Chelsea.
Big Sam, innit?
Big Sam.
He's coming back.
Gary Megson.
Gary
Megson.
Mate, he's just been waiting for the right opportunity. He's still doing 100 jobs. So
Tony Purse.
Tony Purse.
He's first signing Shawcross 100%. All the money in the world.
Robbie
Wilson and Rory Delap right mid and right back.
And the dice for the long throws.
Fucking hell.
Do you think Gerrard would take that now?
I don't think he would. Well, listen, you can't really say that. I think if you asked me that a couple of months ago, would they take a Newcastle job? I'd have said no. Now that they've got an open checkbook, but I still think that the obvious ones, he's going to win the Liverpool job down the line, isn't he?
Yeah.
What's his best opportunity to get that? But I think he loves it here. I think he loves Glasgow. I think he loves Rangers.
I'll tell you who might
think
be.
He would go, to be honest.
No. I'll tell you who might. Brendan Rodgers might be a shout.
Oh, that's a great shout.
Yeah,
because I think
they want that style of football, wouldn't they?
That style of football, and you think when he came into Celtic and the guys he brought in there to build the team that they ended up having for the few years he was there, that's possibly an opportunity, because he doesn't really spend too much money at Leicester.
He would knock that Alan Shearer statue down and put one up himself, wouldn't he?
Of course, who the fuck's he? Get him done.
I actually think that could be a great shout.
Rodgers.
I think maybe like Graham Potter at Brighton or something, but that's probably one that the fans would want a bit more of.
Imagine Rodgers with an empty checkbook.
Oh,
I think he would be. Aye.
Boys.
Can't wait his first signing still.
Moisey. Empty checkbook. David Moyes.
I think they've got big Cousins.
He'd probably want to buy Slady Hall. Just move in.
What's that big shopping centre in Newcastle?
The Metro.
That's it. He's got his house there, isn't he? He's got his house.
Talking about the Metro in his pyjamas, man.
Shut out the shops down.
Right, big question is, will they win the Premier League in the next 5 years?
No.
No.
Still no now?
No.
Man, I don't think you realise how much money this geezer's got.
I know, but you've got to remember, Simon, there's a financial fair play. So for every penny, and it's all right having the big bank balance, but if you can't balance the books right, but then saying that, financial fair play all kind of comes down to merchandise, how much you spend in your operation. So Newcastle, potentially with their 50-odd thousand fans that they get, you never know what could.
It just depends who they'd attract, doesn't it? Like, because it's like you said, when you talk about like Chelsea coming in with money, I still think Chelsea number one were probably a bigger club at that time than what Newcastle are new in the Premier League, so could still attract players.
Yep.
And how many years did it take for Chelsea to actually win the league? 3, 4?
3 or 4. Who was the manager?
They got Champions League the first year.
Did Mourinho not come in and win it straight away?
He did, he came in and won it.
Aye, but he wasn't the first manager, was he?
Abramovich?
Aye, Abramovich.
No, he wasn't. It was Ranieri.
Oh,
Ranieri. And then Abramovich, then Mourinho.
Man City, when they first got money, it still took them a few years to win it. Pellegrini was the first one to win it.
See, to be honest, and like it's alright bringing in a manager now, they've only got the January transfer window to sort out the shit that they've got now.
Yeah.
Because they're sitting landing.
Imagine they go down.
Matty Longstaff.
Imagine they go down.
They're sitting.
Thought they like before Jan, they're bringing all these players still go down.
You've got the players, they're now fucking buzzing, they've been taken over. They don't realise it in 6 months' time about the fucking door. Because they're not good enough. No, that the standards that probably be expected, but
Paul Dummett.
Can Newcastle stay up this year? Because effectively now they're garbage.
You look like that guy who used to play with Newcastle, Peter Beardsley.
I thought you were going to say
The centre half.
Kitzbauer.
No, O'Brien. Who's the centre half? It was O'Brien. Andy O'Brien.
Andy O'Brien. He was a bastard, wasn't he? Mate, I done night out in Newcastle, Top, remember it? Did you ever go to Top, right? Kevin Nolan was in. I told you the story, innit?
I don't know.
I was in the toilet, I was fucking steaming in the toilet, so there's a big queue in Top toilet, I'm shouting, so I've just barged through the queue, shouting, room for a little one. And Kevin Nolan like that patter, he's like, fucking get in here, little man. So I stood next to Kevin Nolan, mate, steaming, pissed all over the thingy, and blow back.
Splash back.
Oh, you're fucking pissed all over me, little man. Mate, it was pure ragdoll when I was in the toilet. Sorry, I
loved the fucking. We used to go Monday nights in Newcastle every Monday. Monday.
Mate.
First team. Monday was the night. Baja Beach Club just across the bridge.
Remember that Baja Beach Club?
Used to get in there, there'd be like Cheryl Cole would be in, Anton Deck would be in, other big hitters would be in.
Did they think you were Piers Morgan?
No, they just thought, who's the fuck's this wee scud bit, you know what I mean?
Mate, I've got one for you, right? So we had a Christmas night out in Newcastle at Rangers, and
it's a pure sausage fest, isn't it?
Big time. But the big thing at that point was fantasy football. Did you ever play that fantasy football? Like in football clubs, that's part of the banter and that. Newcastle had played somebody at home and Gini Wijnaldum had just scored 4, right? And we, Jason Holt, had captained Gini Wijnaldum. So we were in this top at night. And sure enough, fucking Gini Wijnaldum walks into the thingy. We Holt him, he's the quietest boy in the world. He's like, no way, Gini, I need to get a picture with him straight up. Gini, can I get a picture? Wijnaldum. Nah, beat it. I swear to God. Mate, I swear to God, everyone was nearly rioting. All the boys were like raging because of wee Holt and that big Lascelles coming, trying to square go everyone. It was mental. But proper kicked off. Wow. 10 minutes later, wee Holt is on the deck sleeping but unconscious because he's fucking blitzed.
It's a shame Slaney's not here to tell the fucking the shaven head story.
In Newcastle.
He got
the old man haircut.
This isn't big enough though, is it?
Nah.
That's not big enough. He uses that in the big venues.
What about, so wait, you'd go on a Monday night? Would you be training Tuesday?
Aye.
Oh, love that, man.
We went out every Monday and...
So who'd have been there?
Like Mickey Gray, Craig...
Mickey Gray done a bit.
Mickey Gray loved Newcastle. Proper, it was proper.
You getting a pick of that arse again?
I'm fucking got a bad habit, ain't I? Can't help picking my arse. Mondays were unbelievable. And then the Newcastle players used to be at the big show, Amiobi and that, would always be it, and we always got along in that bit. We come in Tuesday rough as fuck, but usually Peter Reid would have been out as well.
Would he?
He'd be out as well because...
Tell that story, mate.
No, because the masseur Mickey Holland, he would get phoned to come and pick the gaffer's car up. And he'd be driving, and then he used to pick Rudy up and take him home. And Rudy would be like fucking wasted.
Love that
Mickey Holland, the master, used to fucking like rummage his pockets and take all his cash, and the gaffer would make up the fucking name money. And he'd come in the next day loaded. What did you get at the gaffer last night, Mickey? Fucking 300 like.
Oh, love that.
And he was good.
Did he play with Celtic? Who? Is that the same guy, Michael Gray?
He was a good guy, Michael Gray. He loved a night with me, didn't he?
Great guy, but apparently he went and got one of them linguistic things where you change how you speak.
Tam Courts.
Aye, so now he's like on all these platforms talking very different.
He's been courts, didn't he?
Media training.
Media training, but Sounds like a twat.
That's us, boys.
Fly.
Short show, just the Scotland stuff and the Newcastle stuff.
Flying. By the way, people need to let us know what they want for us for the
Aye,
podcast,
for the next, what is the preference? Producer's nodding his head earlier, but Hydro, Hampden, Roadshow.
You've got to eat that yum yum at Hampden
Mate,
on the stage.
that's my actual favourite thing at Greg's. 2 yum yums for £1. Fucking decent.
I like the pink jammies.
Do you?
Pink jammy donuts.
So what would you start with? You get the 4 sausage roll for 3?
No,
or vice
if
versa?
I don't really go to Greg's as much now, but a wee cup of tea and a link
See, Greg's are getting a dive through
with
now.
a couple of yum yums. Are they?
His motor will just be parked here constantly.
Hell, the van's too big to get it.
Is that what you get? What did you get? A cup of tea? You get a rolling sausage for Greg's?
Cup of tea.
I'd rather go to a wee greasy spoon to get
No, that's what I learned because Greg's rolls are too fat, too heavy. Whereas you need to get a McGee's or a Morton's roll, butter, put the bacon or the sausage on top, the butter melts, grease dripping at it.
Oh.
That's perfect, isn't it?
Mate, I got a rolling bacon for a cafe in the West End the other day. Have you ever had a rolling bacon in the West End?
Aye, fortune.
Shite.
Bacon's about that size, one slice in it. Honestly, eating a roll.
I'm not even going to embarrass the sandwich shop in the West End, right, just off of Clarence Drive. I got a roll the other week, £4.50. And they had that, that shite ham you get out of Tesco. Like,
Billy
50 strips for £1. They had that in it.
No chance.
£4.50, nearly choked on it.
No, I would never
Go back to the schemes if you want a breakfast roll.
Aye, proper.
By the way,
100%.
that he's going to eat that.
Aye.
It's pure smashed on it. That custard thing is unbelievable.
Joke.
Superb.
Brilliant, lads.
There we go.